the Boks have not started well quite often this year at times where we've taken a bit of time to get into it. Other times, for example, like Argentina, we start like a house on fire, going up, I think it was like 16, 17 nil up, and then we lost the game. So let's have a look at this opening try and Ollie Slayton going over in the 4th minute. A bit of Marcus Smith magic, but there's a lot to crack open in terms of this first try.
We've got it, and would like obviously your interaction as well at home. We'd like you to just let us know what your feedback and thoughts are. But we've got to contextualize this, Steve, where we understand that England came out like a house on fire. So their mandate from the get-go was, from kickoff, was that we actually get South Africa tired, trying to get tempo on them and trying out with them. And South Africa typically doesn't start well because we actually know how to absorb a little bit of pressure, like commit us so we can see, where you are at, how committed are you today. So it sometimes backfires on us. But sometimes we just say, okay, cool. Let's see what you have, and then we'll hit you back. So there are technical errors that we've made in this particular game that we'll highlight now. But there's also the other side where, again, I think we were the mature team on the field, and we were the mature decision makers. So the clip that we'll show now is, remember, contextually, England have just started, going hard at us, and they're running at us, and now they're obviously having their playmakers and their decision makers spotting space. So that's one thing, identifying space, and also knowing when to execute, a specific skill and work towards that. So we're just going to have a look at a couple of players here. And one of the players that we're going to first highlight is Colin. So Colin, for example, is here on the outside. And he's already highlighted the fact that he's identified space in between or right outside some of our players that are not necessarily aware of what's happening. So here we've got Eben Oxen. I think that is Thomas that is there. So at the moment,
Volko.
Is that Volko there?
Okay. Thomas and Thomas.
Sorry, not Thomas. Volko, sorry. So Colin is identifying that there's space on the outside, and he's already, and by the indication of his hand lifted up, we can assume that he's making the call to Marcus and say, Marcus, actually the play to the left is actually on. And we'll play through this clip just so you can see here. So first here, South Africans are not identifying that there's a mismatch that is on this side. We have a Toje also on this side here. So they've got one extra player on us. Yes, Grant is here, and I think we've got one more player in the corner here. So again, their children should have been a lot tighter and should have called Itzebeth as well as Ox out and just say, listen, guys, we actually are in a little bit of a problem here. So we'll play it through for you guys. You just have a look at it. Yeah. So here highlights there. Okay, cool. That one is not moving, but yeah. So he highlights there, goes through, and then Marcus is very good at beating the defender on the outside. So Marcus has literally taken the ball from the almost middle of the field side, and he was able to just work hard around the corner, hit our two props that are there, and identify the space that's here on the outside. We're just going to play this further here so that everyone can see. So now that space has been identified. Yes, Grant is trying to make up that space, but you've already beaten the defenders that you need to be beaten. So
now he's just gone past Oxenchair there. So as Grant Williams, I mean, so Volko Low, he's out. He's out of the game. Yeah. So he's not getting anywhere close to them. So now you've got a 3-on-2 situation. So Grant Williams' issue here is that he's got to decide two things.
Yeah.
He's got to either go across here and hope, for example, that Volko Low is coming across, which he's not going to.
Yeah.
He either needs to try and shoot up a Marcus Smith and try and see if he can make the tackle, or else he needs to try and hopefully time it and so that he can make the tackle on Slade there. Yeah. So that's going to be a 2-on-2 situation.
Yeah.
But right now, if I'm an England fan, we have to score this every day of the week.
So there's another question then, is that how do we prevent this try from happening?
Yeah.
From the Springbok perspective. So yeah, that unfortunately the mismatch there makes it very difficult. Best case scenarios here. Colby doing the right thing here by we're already in trouble. We call the shadow defense. So your best defenders the touchline. So what you typically want to do here is just slightly going there, just slightly a bit back more than.
Is he basically saying
Grant should come a little bit more?
Yeah. So Chesman right there, is he basically saying, like, here's the gap. I want you to take that inside. That I want you to go in between me and the touchline, basically. That's where I want.
It's an impossible thing to defend, but it is doable in the sense that Chesman buys a little bit of time here. Grant buys time and then forces Marcus to make the pass. So Marcus also has to make a decision here, and obviously he made the right decision by delaying the pass
Yeah.
to the very end. So that's the option that they have. So Marcus then obviously carries, Grant commits.
Mm.
So because Grant commits, he's now taken away that opportunity for Cheslin to buy more time. Now you see Cheslin is now forced to drop within this 15s here, and that's not what you want.
Mm.
You actually wanted him to go back further there, buy more time there, because we have Marnie here right at the back. So Marcus has, and Marnie should have done a lot better. But say Marcus dummied and try to go on the inside there. There's still an opportunity that Marnie could shoot up there and tackle Marcus. Still an opportunity outside chance.
Mm.
But now you've given basically that away. And then obviously a walking try at the end of the day. And these are just nice hands on the outside. I mean, there's nothing Chesman can do further about
Yeah,
that.
I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, it was interesting. I was listening to Anthony Watson. We'll look at it when we look at the Freddie Stewart, Chisholm Colby. The idea of a shoulder tackle versus an arm tackle.
Yep.
And but that situation,
Yep.
Pearson's now lost the ability of a shoulder tackle. He's trying to do an arm tackle, and in theory, Ollie Slater with that sort of gap, you're not going to stop him with an arm tackle.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely
from
not.
the try line.
Just maybe for the fans, takeaway that you guys can, if there's maybe coaches that are out there, or guys that are still playing rugby, you typically want to teach your players, first, great communication on defense.
Mm.
You have to have good loud comms on defense, as well as and we're talking about the two different perspectives here. Good comms on defense, you have to have good comms on attack here.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
The entire thing all comes, as you said, from the communication over here, saying, listen, that hand in the air, I think that's it. That's the listen that's on here.
Yeah.
Because he's in the pocket.
Correct. He's now wanting there, drop goal.
Yeah.
And that formation is set up there so that a drop ball can actually take place. So it's in-game communication that changes your game and changes your outcome completely. And then another one, if you're a player, for example, try and just at least, be aware of your own players as well. So sometimes don't just focus on Grant here. Fair enough, he's looking at, Marcus coming around because they're already noticing that Marcus is obviously beating those things. At some point, he should have just at least had a little bit of chat just here to Chase and say, hey, Chase, we've got a lot of space to cover between us. Just like, hey, what's your thoughts?
And that's an interesting one because we're going to talk about the Sam Underhill try, which I think is a similar situation in terms of the size of the gap that they need to try and not close.
Also, this happens like this.
Yeah.
So
no, I mean, I think we can actually
I
think if we go back to the thing, I think you can actually put that timer on. I think, and you can see how quickly this happens.
Yeah.
It is mental how quickly it is. I mean,
that's insane.
It's within like half a second, 2 seconds type of thing.
Yeah.
And it's gone. And even there, for example, again, because it's built for a low coming across.
Yes.
The inside pass is also on. Even if Chesney goes low enough, for example, Slater pops it back into Slade, and it's easy.
It's easier. Now, awesome. So I think, Steve, shall we maybe just chat through two more tries that I think are phenomenal, just to show how amazing I think the quality of rugby was.
Yeah.
Like we started in the beginning, just both sides, showing that they are capable of, providing us with entertainment, great rugby, and they're able to, dig deep into the analytics and, execute when it's needed. So yeah, so we'll just cut through this try. And also the defensive lapses made.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to highlight maybe
So
South Africa's body position already there. That all of them there doesn't look like any of them are going to actually go top this guy. They look at the spacing in between them, very narrow. With the pick,
I suppose like passive as opposed to aggressive defense type.
Correct. Yeah. So I know that breakdown speed there was quick. It's there. Quick. We didn't expect the ball to come this way.
And that's why we're not set. I mean, Rascal's just arriving, for example, as opposed to being there ready and then going right off we go.
Yeah. So again, sequence wise, look at that fifth phase England is playing now. So we're overfolding for what reason? Have a look at the guys. Sia, Gibbon, Kirtley, Marnie. Look at the space there on the outside there. I mean, that's all of them that want to cover that space. So don't know who made the wrong read. Don't know who did not communicate. But typically speaking, you would like to have the right read done there. And that has caused us to be in trouble here. So now let's just roll this through here. We're in trouble on this side. Spacing not in time. Good leg tackle there, obviously. Nice.
But I think if you stop it about there, my biggest part, Sam Underhill takes a phenomenal line. Look at the space.
Yeah. Filled it, and now we've overcompromised ourselves.
Yeah.
So there's no way that we can have.
Because if you have Damien, or so you have Damien where Eben is, for example, Eben suddenly sort of, even if he's like where Sear is trying to get a line, Sear's now then in this gap that Sam Underhill's not going to take.
Yeah. So it's insane to think also it's 25 minutes into the game, eh?
Yeah.
So this is brilliant from them, and I think that there, let's go slightly back there. There we go. So what we, just for everyone at home, what we're looking at is the fact that that space there, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Springboks.
Yeah.
In a, what's this? 15 meter.
Yeah.
So obviously, you know, there was a little bit of an issue in terms of the system. So, and I think obviously it's something that, you know, the coach will fix this week and stuff.
But this is very fixable.
100%.
This is just very simple. Listen, guys, next time.
But it's phenomenal that there's a crazy shot. The fact that he could score a try against 11 Springboks.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's just, you know, for the fans, you know, it's crazy to think that even in that situation he was able to do it. So it was a phenomenal try. So the quality of understanding space and his movement as well. He started a bit wider.
He comes back. He comes inside. Yeah, and he runs onto the ball. I think that's a very important thing. He doesn't wait for the ball. He's running onto the ball into that space.
Onto the ball into that space.
That's so good. It's so good. And again, a mismatch because he's in between Oxenchair and Will Cologne.
Yeah.
So he's in between two props.
Two props. Yeah.